Hello and welcome on this morning of January 20th, 2021. I'm meteorologist Ben Remington bringing you your forecast this morning. Checking out our headlines this morning, we do have a warm and windy Wednesday in store for us. Temperatures bumping up into the upper 30s, but so are the wind gusts. We'll talk about that a little bit more in our forecast coming ahead. Do have a cool down in store for tomorrow as a cold front moves through the area. Look at that in the future cast and figure out what exactly the temperatures will be behind that thing. And as well, we do have the possibility of a wintry weekend in store. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the future cast coming up. Outside right now, though, we do have clouds over most of the sky, actually clearing a little bit right now as that sun begins to come up. Sitting not too bad at this hour, 28 degrees right now with a south-southwest wind at 15 miles an hour. But as we go throughout the day, that wind is going to increase. Across the region right now, we are seeing relatively warm temperatures out to our west. And that is the area that's going to move into our area, sitting at 36 right now for Minot. 39 right now for Bismarck, so quite warm as we move into the Red River Valley, though, sitting closer into the mid to upper 20s for both Grand Forks and Fargo. And the coldest air right now is positioned off to our east in northern Minnesota, seeing teens for Brainerd, Bemidji, and International Falls. Duluth sitting at single digits at this hour, sitting at a cold 7 degrees, so really cold to start their morning over there. Checking out the entire country, we do see a very cold air mass positioned over Wisconsin right now, and that thing is going to move over the Great Lakes and possibly bring some lake effect snow to areas of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York over the next couple days, so pay attention to that if you're living in those areas. Other than that, though, quite a bit of 30s sitting across mid-region of the country, and of course the south is warm as it always is, so nothing too impressive to speak of on the temperature map. As for the National Satellite and Radar, we do see a cold front moving through our area. We'll talk about that a little more in a second here. But we do see a low pressure sitting off of the coast of California. That's going to bring quite a bit of rain to the desert southwest. That is much needed rain over there. So this system might eventually move into the southern plains, but nothing too impressive to speak of with that. As for us, we do see some of those clouds moving through this area right now, and that is associated with that cold front that we saw. This is really not going to have any cold air behind it. In fact, it's going to have warmer air behind it, and that's not uncommon for North Dakota in January. Just one of those weird meteorological cases that we get, but no precip associated with this thing, at least right now. Might get a little bit of precip as it moves closer to Wisconsin. Checking out the future cast, see that cold front moves out of the area and brings clear skies for the rest of the day here for us, although we will be quite windy. We'll talk about those winds in a second here. But as we go throughout the overnight hours, another cold front is going to be approaching from the north. This thing will bring us some flurries as we get into the AM hours. This will actually have not that much wind behind it, but it will be very, very cold, seeing temperatures drop into the teens as we go throughout tomorrow. So some very, very cold air behind this thing. And as we head throughout the day on Thursday, high pressure begins to move into the area. And by the time we get towards Friday morning, we should be mostly clear. Now, there is a snowstorm that will be coming across the Great Plains as we head over the next couple days. As of right now, we're expecting this thing to impact mostly South Dakota and southern Minnesota. However, we could see some of that snow sneak its way up into the Red River Valley. And as well, we're not exactly sure on the storm track quite yet. So make sure you pay attention to UND weather update, and we'll bring you better messaging as we get closer towards this weekend. Now, checking out those winds out there, we will see that right about now, we're not sitting too bad in the Red River Valley. We do have some stronger gusts out to our west at this hour. But as we go forward, we see those gusts really impact the Red River Valleys go throughout the next couple hours into this afternoon. And those will begin to die down a little bit overnight. And then by the time we get towards tomorrow morning, that cold front comes through and really drops those winds down, but it will also drop our temperatures down. Today in Grand Forks, we'll see a high of 39. It will be the windiest in the afternoon, and those skies will be clearing as we go throughout the day. Those winds will be the big story. Northwest, 20 to 30, even gusting up to 45 miles an hour out there. So quite a windy one. Make sure you're holding on to your hats and your car doors as you go throughout your day. 23 degrees for our low. Those winds will persist, albeit a little bit calmer. And we will likely see some flurries passing through at the 3 to 5 a.m. time frame. Those winds will be out of the northwest, 15 to 25, gusting up to 35. So still windy, but not quite as bad as we will see throughout the day today. Tomorrow, high of 16. We all have that cold north wind. Those AM flurries, that wind will finally calm down at a north wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Checking out the 7-day forecast here, we see the next 3 days, not too bad. We are warm, of course, today. Tomorrow we drop down a little bit. By the time we get towards Thursday night, we're seeing negative digits for our low temperatures, waking up with very, very cold temperatures and not even hitting that high for our high on Friday. As we get towards the weekend, we see we might have a chance at 20 on Saturday, although I doubt it. And by the time we're getting towards the beginning of next week, we are just sitting in the teens with single digits for our low almost every single day. Thank you for watching UND Weather Update. I am Benjamin Remington. Please tune in next time.